Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the most spectacular show on earth! Or is it? Today we're reviewing Water for Elephants on Movieology. Welcome to Movieology, your ticket to engaging the spectacular world of film from the bedrock of biblical truth. I'm your well-dressed host, Joseph Darnell. Watch the show on our website, Movieology.tv, the source of worldview enthusiast news, reviews, and discussion of all things film. You can subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and for real fans, sign up to Movieology's free e-newsletter on our site subscriptions page. Summer is creeping up on us, and so are the more exciting films. Well, spectacle films at least. Hollywood knows that people are itching to creep out of their winter dwellings and pack into the crowded movie houses. But don't just throw yourself in line. Watch our reviews first and learn what to expect from the pop movies of the season. And join our movie discussions and ask any questions you might have about the films in a comment or a message sent to info@movieology.tv. If we don't have the answers, we'll find someone who does. Now, let's water those thirsty elephants. After tragedy befalls his family, Jacob turns to the circus to escape his woes. Unexpectedly making a good impression on the charismatic and dangerous circus master August, Jacob joins the troupe as the veterinarian for the circus's valuable wildlife assets. Peril creeps into Jacob's life as he crosses August in his training methods with the animals. But even more serious jeopardy arises when Jacob and Marlena, August's wife and star performer, become close, exciting August's furious jealousy. Water for Elephants stars Reese Witherspoon, Robert Pattinson, and Christoph Waltz, was based on a novel by Sarah Gruen, and was directed by Francis Lawrence. First of all, beautiful movie. The 1930s illusions had me futilely desiring to experience the era for myself. It is bittersweet to visualize the simpler life cruelly molded by the Depression. The circus itself is richly fleshed out and always seems believable. For our time, when most movies have major plot holes and require the audience to suspend their disbelief, it is great to see a story that keeps it all fairly realistic. I thought the technical was done extraordinarily. The cinematography is first-rate. The soundtrack is emotionally driven, sweet and inspiring without getting too melodramatic. The script is well written, including thoughtful, witty humor, familial discussion, and villain versus hero arguments. Some of Waters' performances also stood out, chiefly Christoph Waltz's and Hal Holbrook's. And what would this review be without noting the performances of the animals, or their involvement in the story? They're very good, particularly the elephant. As it turns out, the animals are very important to the story. But this isn't all to say that the movie lacks its shortcomings. Some will say that the movie is a little long. Inevitably, others will like the novel and will tell us that the movie didn't live up to their expectations. Those people know who they are, and they need to accept that no movie lives up to its novel. This appears to be a universal truth, so get past it already. Okay? But seriously, the real problem for general viewers will be this. Water accurately portrays an historically, morally bankrupt American subculture. Lawlessness is all the rage for the circus. No one has ethical qualms with open sexuality, adultery, drunkenness, deceit, theft, and like. Traditional values? What traditional values? This is a depiction of the lives and trials of all American gypsies. While usually just suggesting or inferring sexual events, there are brief open depictions of lasciviousness. The movie doesn't bother to justify promiscuity or to condemn it. I believe this won't work for general audiences because of people's human experience. Most everyone in our culture draws the line somewhere, and that line is probably crossed for the majority of people in this movie. The moral to the story is this: get those elephants some water. No, seriously, the moral is this: aimless escapism leads to ruin. All the characters are pursuing happiness, which for them is escapism and sensual amusement. Times are tough in the world outside the circus, what with the Depression and Prohibition. The circus is a haven from the depressive issues of life. But when all the circus did, day in and day out, was pursue self-gratification, it ultimately bred harm because the people lacked self-control. It isn't good enough to make people happy. People need guidance to find what truly satisfies. Jacob, our hero, has come full circle. When he left college and the path his parents set before him, he lost his purpose in life. He restores his sense of purpose when he sets out to make a family of his own and live for more than escaping unpleasantries. One of the resounding qualities of the film is the prevalent nature of the villain's worldview. August may be the best villain of the year to date. He is a pathological, agnostic humanist that defines himself as a god over his circus family. He makes the rules, acts as a judge, blesses those that bless him, and punishes those that displease him. He thanks whoever is up there for bringing Jacob to them. As a god, he is a jealous and angry one. His downfall is his abuse of the circus animals and crew, on a whim throwing people off his train into utter darkness and likely death. Our hero is a romantic, but unlike many movie romanticists, he doesn't really come right out and talk about his views. He alludes to his worldview when he stresses a beautiful person should have a beautiful life to go with their outer and inner beauty. He determines that he knows what is right based on compassion and passionate love at the expense of morality. Physical and emotional fulfillment are very important to Jacob and ultimately guide him to the end. Several times I was just ready to grab Jacob and tell him, dude, you need to keep on the straight and narrow. Die to self and flee these youthful lusts. But he wouldn't have listened. I needed to think about something else that makes me happy, like Movieology's sponsor. American Vision is dedicated to restoring America's biblical foundation. They have invaluable resources for history, apologetics, eschatology, and worldview studies. No biblical enthusiast should go without tapping into their wealth of accessible scholarly work. As a Movieology fan, you are treated to 10% off all purchases at AmericanVision.com when you use the coupon code Hollywood at checkout. American Vision is the ministry that will help you understand the world you live in, so check out AmericanVision.com. So after careful deliberation, I give Water for Elephants 3.5 stars out of 5. It's worth watching, but I can't say that I'll watch it again anytime soon or recommend it to friends. A lot more could be said about Water for Elephants, so I'd love it if you would add your thoughtful perspective in a comment. Remember to sign up for our new e-newsletter on the subscriptions page at Movieology.tv. And please do us a favor, share Movieology with your friends and family you like to discuss movies with. I'm Joseph Darnell. Until next time, thank you for watching Movieology. Summer is creeping on. All right, one more back to the top.
Ah! What is this?
Oh. And Jacob is a romanticist. The moral to the story is this: give those waters some elephants. Give those elephants some water.
That was awesome. Give those waters some elephants.
The